everybody, and welcome back to Deer Maker. Yes, this is what I ranked all my plants in Plants vs. Zombies. And if you haven't watched my last year this video, just watch it what I did from before if you want to know. But now I'm going to be ranking all zombies. So I'm going to be asking their main factors: speed, toughness, attacking and eating, and the threat level. So, without further ado, let's begin. Alright, moving on to the dancing zombies backup. So, and up first is the dancing zombie. B tier. The dancing zombie's backup is this dude. The dancing zombie dances through and they can attack, but it is pretty much the weaker backup. Now next up is the balloon zombie. Absolute garbage, D tier. The balloon zombie just flies all over my plants, but I use a cactus to defeat it with its much more mobile, and I just hate how he flies over my plants and they cannot attack, but I use a cactus instead. Then I could pop his balloon and falls down. But in the pool lane, it just falls into the pool and does not swim. But the bluebird can do that and the cattails can do that. So I bet it's nothing else to worry about it. It's pretty much a weak zombie, the weakest zombie. So now for the bungee zombie, C tier. If I had a lot of umbrella leads, in most cases of scenario like this, the umbrella leads can protect me. But in most cases of scenario, he cannot take my plants away. If I had umbrella leads all over my plants protected. Now for the catapult zombie, C tier. The catapult zombie can throw basketballs at me, but if I had umbrella leads, I can be protected with it. So there's nothing else to worry about it. It's pretty much a very weak zombie. Now for the dancing zombie, B tier. The dancing zombie is just a really weak zombie, but he can have backup, and then they can attack enemy with stronger backup. But the toughness is pretty low on these backup dancing zombies. It's pretty much a weak backup. Next up is a bucket-headed zombie, A tier. The bucket-headed zombie, pretty much the toughness is very high, but not very high. He has high toughness, but if I use a jalapeno on him, it would do a one-hit kill. Next up is a Dr. Zomboss, the boss of the game, A tier. The starting off the boss that I beat the game, I can beat the game when I defeat Dr. Zomboss. But he is super tough, but nothing more than a simple starter boss. Next up is the Gargantuan, absolute S tier. The Gargantuans are extremely dangerous zombies, unbelievable at all factors. It is arguably the strongest and most powerful zombies of all. It's insane how this absolute gigantic zombie evolved, the ultimate zombie. Next up is the Galley Pea-headed zombie, S tier. Grab it there. S tier. The Galley Pea zombie shoots 3 peas at a time like my galley peas do. But it can do a massive amount of damage, and it shoots 4 peas at my plants, and it could have a lot of problems with it. If they are super tough to kill, it's not gonna be very good for you. Next up is the red-eyed gargantuans. Hands down S tier. The red-eyed gargantuans is pretty much the stronger version of the normal gargantuans, but he can like squish every planet in my way. And if I don't have a bunch of spike rocks with me, I'm pretty much doomed. Now for the cone-headed zombie. A tier. You know what? Never mind. I'll put his one into B tier. All he has a rogue cone-headed, a rogue cone. I mean, probably a rogue cone. Like, it protects his head, but it's pretty much the weaker version of the bucket-headed zombie. Now for the footballer zombie. A tier. The footballer zombie has some great speed on it, but he also cannot do anything about it, but has very high toughness. If I had a bunch of millipokes, it would be good. I would put this zombie into S tier if his speed was way more speedy than the normal zombies. Next up is the imp. C tier. The imp is the gargantuan's child, but it's just a weaker backup. It's pretty much the worst version of the dancing zombies backup. And his child cannot do anything but can attack, but has low toughness as well. As a really tiny zombie, the smallest zombie of all. Next up is the digger zombie. 100% trust D tier. The digging zombie is that dig underneath all my plants, but can only go like backwards and does not go anywhere. But even if I had many cattails, it would work. And if I had a bunch of magnet shrooms, it would just take them out. It would let them out of the ground because they cannot mine without their pickaxe. Now for the dolphin zombie. C tier. The dolphin zombie is pretty much a very pointless zombie. Except it is much more accepted thing than I think. Expect its own dolphin riding zombie that he chunks my planets on, but not in like tall nuts that cannot be vaulted over. Next up is the flag zombie. D tier. The flag zombie is probably the most pointless zombie. It's probably the most pointless zombie of all. And he's holding a flag for speed. And if this zombie has some rocketing speed, a little bit more like a speed boost, no one would ever think about it. Next up is the Ducky 2 zombie. Another D tier. This zombie wanted to copy these normal zombies. Almost same as the regular zombie right over here. Except it is much more mobile, that it doesn't do anything, but only goes on the pool. Next up is the ladder zombie. B tier, the ladder zombie also has some weakening standard ladder that can like climb over my plants, and I did not know what I was supposed to do but use a jalapeno to get rid of the ladder. Now for the Jack in the Box zombie. A tier. Want to grab it? There. A tier. The Jack in the Box zombie has a Jack in the Box, but he also can explode. Has an explosion that could clear out most of my plants. Like it says sprung when he exploded. But when I hear that music, it does like the when I was struggling with that zombie, it just exploded on my plants and it cleared out most of the plants. But in the face breaker zombies, he exploded most of the bases that he broke. Next up is the jalapeno. Hands down S tier. The jalapeno headed zombie can explode on any second and can like burn down the whole lane, destroys the whole lane of zombies and the whole section. I mean, the whole section will be destroyed by this dude of the lanes. So moving on to the newspaper reading zombie. A tier. The newspaper reading zombie, he reads a newspaper and has really slow. He's really slow, but if I break his newspaper, if he loses his newspaper, he gets super angry with me and just like it goes really fast and eats my plants super fast today. Hardly trying to help the zombies. He does a great job, but he's pretty much very weak, though. So now for the pea shooter-headed zombie. C tier. The pea shooter-headed zombie is nothing more but just shoots peas at my plants. If I had short plants, it would work, but I need plants on it, but he can attack on long range distance. Now for the pogo stick zombie. B tier. The pogo stick zombie, he can be like not workable, but also tall nuts. Because the tall nuts can block off pogo stick zombies that cannot do anything, but just like jump over all my plants. He jumps all over my plants, but cannot be jumped over. Voltor jumped over on my tall nuts I had it. Next up is the pole vaulted zombies. 100% trust D tier. All it does, it just goes really fast and then jumps over my plant like my walnuts. But a heavy duty wall like a tall nut cannot work on them. It will not work for them. Next up is the window screen zombie. C tier. The screen door zombie that has a shield. He took someone's outside screen door, but I use fume troops that can pass through. If I had many of them, I would be okay. If I had 2 of them, it would shoot out fume that can pass through screen doors and can damage the behind dead zombie. I would put this zombie into B tier if his weakness was the fume shroom, because it can pass through. Next up is the underwater zombie. Nothing more about it but D tier. The underwater zombie can be taken away by a tangle kill and can be used for squashes. If I had catapult zombies, it can go down into the underwater zombie. But his toughness is low. I thought he would be more stronger. So, yeah, let's keep continuing. Moving on to the squash-headed zombie. S tier. The squash zombie can squash my plants in a one hit kill and can help the other zombies on groups. Next up is a tall headed zombie. The tall not headed zombie. Another S tier, or grab it there. Another S tier. The tall nut is pretty much like the tall nut. I had heavy duty walls, but this tall nut is super tough that you can't even do anything. And it's pretty much the same thing like the gargantuans and the red-eye gargantuans. Next up is the Trasbin Holded zombie. This one I can figure this out. I cannot figure this one out. I really still don't know where he is from. I'm gonna put this one B tier. It was probably the one I could not figure it out, but I'll put it in B tier, but I don't know how tough he is. I could not figure this one out. Next up is the wall-not-headed zombie. C tier. It's pretty much the worst version of the tall not-headed zombie. That's all that matters. Next up is the sleigh riding zombie. B tier. When this vehicle, he makes the floor ice, which could help the zombies which can help these zombies for backup. If I had a jalapeno, it can clear the ice from nowhere. Next up is the regular zombie. 100% trusting D tier. The regular zombie is not much like anything but just a regular zombie and cannot do anything but just eat my plants. Next up is the Yeti zombie. A tier. The Yeti zombie can drop diamonds. Currently the best money that you can make. He can only be in Adventure 2 Stage 4 Fog. Next up is the Zambani zombie vehicle. A tier. Hold on, come on. A tier. The Zambani zombie can sorry, I coughed. Sorry, I coughed again. So, this zombie, he makes the floor ice, which can help these, what I said from before. And I need to use a jalapeno to take it down in one shot. Next up is this zombie. I cannot figure this one out. I cannot figure this one out. I really do it's like the same thing like the footballer zombies. I'm gonna put this one A tier. It was probably one of the zombies I could not know, but I'm gonna put this one in A tier. I don't think it's like the same thing like the footballer zombie. Next up is the last one, but last but not least, the last zombie. I could not figure this one out. He's definitely not an S tier. He's definitely not an A tier. He's definitely not a B tier. He's definitely not a C tier. He's going in the D tier. I don't know how tough he was. Maybe some kind of like target that I had to fight off. I don't know. Other than these three zombies, I couldn't just like figure them out. And that's my whole list. This was so fun to put together with zombies right now. And if you guys really appreciate it, I really support it. So, have a good time, and bye bye, and see you in the next video I will create.